Happy Wednesday, bitches. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am not Patty Negri. In case there was any confusion, I am not Patty Negri. I am, in fact, Richard-Lael Lillard, which is Richard-Lael is one name, not two. If I were just Richard, I would be, yes, that's right, that. Welcome to Witches Movie Coven, where witches talk about witchcraft in film and in cinematography and in musicals and just all around witchy entertainment. As I aforementioned, I am one of your hosts, but let us welcome back Ms. Courtney Buckley. Welcome back.
Woohoo!
Hey, I'm back again after another hiatus. Sorry, guys, I missed you. But here I am, Ghost Bait on Scared and Alone. It is October. It is almost Halloween, aka the best night of the year. So I'm very excited to spend this Wednesday before celebrating Halloween with my coven and my chat coven and everyone else. So let's get ready to rock and roll.
And the ever so lovely Heather Greene.
Hi, I am Heather Greene. I'm the author of Lights, Camera, Witchcraft, a critical history of witches in American film and television. I am a member of this coven. I am an editor at Llewellyn Worldwide, working with so many wonderful witchcraft authors, some of whom are in our coven. And I am also a journalist covering all things occult in the mainstream media. I'm so excited to be closing in on Halloween and chatting with you guys about your loves and favorites and stuff tonight.
And of course, Sir Jason of Loxley.
Oh, I love that. I'm not even going to do the 10 book joke now. I love that so much. I am Jason Mankey. I am a writer, 10 books and counting. And I'm really excited about tonight because after this, it's time for Yule carols. Woohoo!
Woo! I'm with you on that, Jason.
And where Patty may be flying high on her broomstick on her way to New Orleans, filling in for us is the lovely Miss Scarlett.
Hi, thank you for having me again. I'm Scarlett Amaris. I am a screen and television writer. I mainly work in horror, so this is my most favorite time of the year, and I'm so thrilled we get to talk about some of my most favorite movies tonight.
Very good. Well, welcome everybody. So I hope everyone watched Witches and then turned it off. Because tonight we decided to do something a little bit more seasonal. We decided that we would talk about some of our favorite movies. Now, I have a lot of lists of them, but before we actually go into what I would like to see, will come back to me. Let us turn it over to the ever so lovely Ms. Heather Greene with 5 things that one should know.
Yeah, well, you can't do 5 things one should know about Halloween movies because that's like impossible. There's so many things to know. And at this time of the year, so many of the movies in my book and so many of the movies we talk about all year round, for most people in the mainstream, would consider them Halloween movies because if they have a witch in them and they have magic, people tend to think about them as October films. So, 99% of the movies we talk about all year round are considered October Halloween movies. So instead of doing that, I'm going to just give you a little bit of a history of Halloween witch stuff. So witch movies and stuff. So you see in my book, when you read my book, because all of you are reading my book, you will see that Halloween specials sort of begin around 1920s with the coming of the popularity of cartoons. So I'm just going to throw a couple out there because some characters you may recognize, like Felix. Who remembers Felix the Cat? Does anyone know who Felix the Cat is? Well, he had one called Felix Switches Witches. And that was as early as 1927. You had Toby Pup's Halloween in 31. And Betty Boop got in on the act. Halloween Party. She threw a Halloween party. And she actually has one episode where she goes down to hell and dances with skeletons. It's a fantastic Betty Boop cartoon. Now, going forward, you had Mighty Mouse and the Witch's Cat. That's a really fun one. And these are just a few. And of course, if everyone remembers the witch Hazel in Looney Tunes, she came on the scene in 1954 in Bewitched Bunny. I love Witch Hazel. And then Tom and Jerry, the classic Tom and Jerry, not the more recent one, had The Flying Sorceress in 1954. All of these have witches. There it is. There is. If you don't know who that is, that is Felix Witches. You know, and there's a lot of Halloween specials that came in and out. And during the early part, these kind of Halloween specials weren't a big thing because they weren't really catering to children the way they do nowadays, the way they did after the 1950s and 60s. So we have some other ones, of course, that don't have witches in them, which I'm not listing because my book was about witch stuff. So, but let me just give you a couple more. I'll go forward. How about Paul Lynde's Halloween special? Anyone remember that one? Of course, Margaret Hamilton was in that one and a lot of other stuff. You have all kinds of cartoons during the 70s. Who remembers the Saturday morning cartoons, Jason? Yeah,
I do. I
know you.
They always had a Halloween. There was always a Halloween episode. Always.
Absolutely. And all of those cartoons had Halloween episodes. And if you're of a certain age, you remember waking up Saturday morning so excited to watch cartoons because it was almost the only time you could see cartoons during that period of time. So you have Scooby-Doo's The Switch Witch.
Oh, wow.
Well, the Paul Lynde Halloween
there's
special.
The Halloween. And there's Margaret Hamilton right there. See it?
Oh, yeah.
So,
and there's Kiss. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley.
I was going to say R.I.P. Ace Frehley.
Yeah. So you had during that period of time, you had Super Friends, had the Witches Arcade. You had the Halloween that almost wasn't, which actually was an evening Halloween special, similar to what we'd seen with cartoons, of course, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And that was all during that period of time, the 70s. Oh, and you had Starsky and Hutch had a Halloween special called Satan's Witches. Who would have thought, right? Got to do that one time. And then going into the 80s, I don't know if anyone remembers this Hug a Bunch. They had a Halloween special. You do. Richard-Lael remembers a Hug a Bunch. They had one. You had the Great Bear Scare. Smurfs had a couple of Halloween specials, one of which, interestingly, because they were druids or something with druids in the Smurfs, they had a special called All Hallows Eve. I don't know if anyone remembers that one.
I remember that one. That was about the time that I was allowed to watch the Smurfs, and then the Satanic Panic happened, and then I was no longer allowed to watch the Smurfs because they were swamp demons.
Well, let me tell you, an hour and a half of the Smurfs.
That's probably fair, though. This is the only time your mother and I might have agreed.
Swamp demons. Well, let me tell you, I always looked forward to my hour and a half of Smurfs to end my Saturday morning cartoons as a child. So I had all the little Smurf stuff. We're going to get to the 90s here, Courtney. Hold on a second.
Hey, I watched cartoons in the 80s, too. I remember the Smurfs.
What, for 1 year?
More than one.
Okay. So let's get into the 90s now. We had who remembers the Animaniacs? They had a special called Which One? Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, which I never watched, had one called Autumn's Leaving. And of course, The Simpsons had multiple specials throughout the 90s and 2000s. The best, not the best, because I like Rednecks and Broomsticks as well, but Easy Bake Coven was a 90s special, and that was absolutely perfect. And I think we did a group, we did a coven on that. You also had something called Spooky Bats and Scaredy Cats in 2009. Courtney remembers that one?
No, I just like the name of it.
Okay, well, that was in 2009. We're getting close to now. And you had a lot of Halloween specials. A lot of the TV shows that I talk about especially in the 2000s, were Halloween specials. Anytime there was a show that had a witch on it, it typically was something that was aired during the week of Halloween, whether it was Law and Order or Bones or any of those. They all did Halloween specials, especially in the 2000s, and other ones as well. There's a great way. Boston Legal does a fantastic Halloween special where the main characters all wind up dressed in costumes. It's hysterical. You have Silk Stockings, which I never watched the show, but I did see the episode. It's called It's a Great Pumpkin Harry. I don't know if anyone watched that show, but they did one, and that's a similar type of thing. Alvin and the Chipmunks, of course. So, and you go on and on and on, and we get into today. Mickey, there's Mickey's Villains, and the Mickey Mouse had one. Anytime there was a witch there was a Halloween special typically. So ending on that, I'm going to go do one other thing that's near and dear to my heart. And I want to move away from movies for a second, because we just spend way too much time with movies and not enough time with show tunes and musicals on stage. So everybody go running off now.
I'm gonna step out for a moment.
So I'm gonna give you my top five musicals to watch at this time of year that I have watched and that I know about. Now there are other ones, but these are the ones I rank. Number 5, going from lowest to the absolute needed. Jekyll and Hyde. I saw it on stage. I don't remember a single song, but it's a good one for this time of year. People like it. 4, Sweeney Todd. There's a musical version. You must see it. Johnny Depp, Alan Rickman, Helen Bonham Carter. Absolutely, Sweeney Todd. Phantom of the Opera. Gotta do it. I can sing the whole show if anyone's interested. That'll be a different show, Courtney. Of course, 3. Beetlejuice, number 2. Absolutely.
I can sing the whole show if anyone.
I can't sing that one. That's on you. That's for the show. You'll sing that one. And number 1, Little Shop of Horrors. Rick Moranis is in the movie. You can watch it. I have that as number 1, and I have 2 little seconds, honorable mentions. Into the Woods, because The Witch in that is phenomenal. They did a movie of it. I saw it on Broadway as well as the movie. It's very good. There's a witch. It's a good for this time of year, although I don't count it as a Halloween movie. And the other one is Fiddler on the Roof. And everyone's going, why is Fiddler on the Roof good for this time of year? And if you don't know, then I urge you to watch it, because the dream sequence where all of the people are dead and all the spirits come out and they give him messages in dreams is Halloween. It scared me as a child, and I can sing the whole musical. So there you go, everybody. That's
I might add 2 more musicals to your list.
Yes, go ahead.
One is kind of expected. The Addams Family musical.
Of course.
And Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, see, I don't count those as musicals, stage musicals. So yes, but you're correct, and also your favorite.
You know, I there are, with the Addams Family musical, there are things that I love about it and a lot that I hate about it. But the spirit I love a lot, and I do love music.
I have 2 to add to the list. Last year around this time, I took Nathan to see Evil Dead the musical, which was great. And then this year, I took him to see Saw the musical, which was even better. So, and they
Are
both
these officially licensed productions?
No, they're unofficial and they're fantastic. They both include splash zones. So in Evil Dead the musical, I got covered in red Kool-Aid, so that was great. And then Saw, they used actual fake blood, but they oversold the splash zone. It was like one little thing of blood, but it was the being locked in the bathroom scene where he cuts off his foot, but gay and musical. I was literally, I think I might have made the characters like break character, because I was sitting in the front row and they would do something, I'd be like, oh, and then they'd laugh. So that was
and you see, we could add Wizard of Oz and Wicked to that, and I don't, because those to me are not Halloween. They have witches in them, but then you have the problem with anything with a witch to mainstream is a Halloween. But for us, it's different, and for me, it's different. I won't add those. Same as Rocky Horror Picture. I don't consider that a this time of year type of musical.
I mean, also with the Wizard of Oz, they show it at Thanksgiving on cable.
I was just gonna,
pretty religiously. So to me, it's a Thanksgiving movie. And the fact that the Wicked movies both have come out, well, it's going to come out near Thanksgiving, is proof that I'm correct. I mean, I'm usually correct, but here we know again that I'm correct.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
It's reasonable.
I'm going to wait for your list of movies, and then maybe I'll come back to that. But now,
it's going to be fun. You're going to really hate it. I can't wait.
Speaking of lists of movies, before we go too much further, if you are watching, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave the comments. We do read them. We have some wonderful comments. Robert Hicks, the Smurfs, our Swamp Demons, Dark Lord, Dark Lord Kelvin is here. Mary Jane King is here. So we do read those comments. We would love to, we love them more. Also, you can go right over here to that. If you would like to sleep with me, you can get a pillow.
I do. I do it. I have one.
It's much less expensive than you think.
Some are more affordable than others. I mean, you can wear Heather Greene's. What is the shirt? I didn't mind it. You could wear that. You can find hoodies. You can find Jason Mankey things.
Bro-witch materials. Bro-witch material.
You can always find us there. And again, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It really helps out the channel more than we can say. We appreciate you so greatly. Now, we are on the topic of our favorite Halloween movies. Who would like to jump in and start first? Miss Courtney Buckley.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm very excited. This is my favorite topic of all time. I love Terrifier. Anything Terrifier. Art the Clown is just a goofy little guy. He just likes the blood on the floor, and the more blood, the better. So one is kind of boring. 2 gets better. 3rd is my favorite. I will bring it up again at Christmas time because it is also a Christmas movie. But I just watched all 3 of them recently because I can't. I mean, it's an all year long movie, but I'll kick it off with Terrifier.
Okay. Terrifier. Anybody else? Who wants to come in with their top favorite?
For Halloween, I love Donnie Darko for Halloween.
Ooh, good one.
Good one. Yeah. Good one.
Absolutely one of my most favorite Halloween movies.
Donnie Darko is really clever, and I will say I love that they sort of studied quantum physics to sort of get into it. And then they tied the puka, the magic of the rabbit, Harvey, to this sort of interdimensional world. That's a very good choice. I wouldn't have thought of that as a Halloween movie, but that is an excellent choice.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I have like a whole beautiful graphic with a list. So I'm like trying to wait to put the graphic up with the whole list, but like the thing that I have to watch there it is, and you see it at the top on the left. The thing that I have to watch every year is The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, especially seasons 3 through 10, which are the best seasons, and I can basically recite all of the cartoons from heart. That's your problem. You've got this doll set to evil. You know, that it's just great, and I love it. But for me, also, Halloween isn't just like a one day. It's a season, and there are a lot of things that I like to watch during the season. Some are obvious, like The Simpsons and Treehouse of Horror. To me, the quintessential slasher film will always be John Carpenter's Halloween. It just reminds me of my childhood because I felt like I grew up in a place like that. Bride of Frankenstein, to me, is the best of the Universal horror films of the 1930s and early 1940s, and it's just weird, and I like to carve pumpkins while watching Bride of Frankenstein every year. It's just a great film. It's only 70 minutes if you've never seen it before, and then there are a couple of Halloween specials. Great Pumpkin doesn't really hold up, but I watch it anyways. I just like yelling "you blockhead" a lot at Charlie Brown. That's fun. And if you've not ever seen the Shrek holiday specials, I just recommend them wholeheartedly. Anything with Gingy in it is destined to be great. And then you can't get his little stupid voice out of your head the rest of the day.
That's true. That's so true.
And I'll talk about the other ones later. But I mean, those are things that I have to watch every year before Halloween. And then everything else is that next week or so, which I also think is important.
Heather, what is your top Halloween?
I don't really, I mean, I honestly, I don't have a movie that I racked my brain trying to come with something I watch every year. This is not like the Yuletide season where there's something I watch every year, because I'm watching witch films and horror.
What films?
I don't know, some witches, I'm not sure. Like, I'm watching something all the time. So I was trying to think what reminds me of this season. There's only one, and that becomes, I don't know, some witches, I'm not sure. Like, I'm watching something all the time. So I was trying to think what reminds me of this season. There's only one, and that becomes, I don't know, some witches, I'm not sure. Like, I'm watching something all the time. So I was trying to think what reminds me of this season. There's only one, and that becomes it's a family tradition, and we start watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, and we start playing the music. Now, it's technically a bridge film because it is between Halloween and Christmas, but I always felt, especially as a mom, especially, is that Halloween is the opening of the door to the Halloween season anyway. Halloween's the holiday season anyway. So we watching either Wizard of Oz sometimes at this time of year, but whenever I think of Halloween, I think of Nightmare Before Christmas, the opening song, and This Is Halloween, and it just, that to me is Halloween. So we have not watched it yet, but I have been listening to the soundtrack, but I don't have any children around here right now, so to watch with me, but we most likely will watch it in the next couple days, and that feels like Halloween's here, Samhain is coming, and the holiday season has begun officially. So that is my story, and I'm gonna. And oh, someone said Dracula. I wanted to bring that up. That's a really good one. I love Dracula. I
like
Dracula.
the Spanish one better.
Yes, Richard-Lael's correct. The Spanish one is the superior of the two Draculas, filmed on the same sets, but not filmed as a play, more filmed as a movie. It's just better filmed. But of course, Bela Lugosi as Dracula cannot be topped.
No.
They're both classic in their own way.
Christopher Lee gives him a run for his money.
Yeah. Bela Lugosi, though, like sort of invented modern Dracula to
No, he
audiences.
did. He did. I'm just joking.
No, but you're not wrong. I mean, of course, it's Christopher Lee, right?
So-
and then Gary Oldman too, like the Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Frank Langella?
Franklin, yeah.
How do you say his last name? I've forgotten now.
Also Skeletor.
There it is.
Yes.
It always comes back to Skeletor.
I don't think Bela Lugosi was anything but Dracula after that. I mean, you can't even watch any film he's in.
He was even buried in his cape.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see him as anything. He did invent it, and that was it.
He was Igor. He was the first Igor in one of those later, like, Ghost of Frankenstein movies. And what we think of as Igor, that character, is also Bela Lugosi. I might be a little nerdy about some of this.
Blah. I never.
Yeah, he also played Frankenstein once too.
He did.
He's in a movie called White Zombie in the 1930s. It's the very first true zombie film, and he's supposed to be a witch doctor in Haiti type. Oh, here we go again. You just there now. He's supposed to be a magical person in Haiti, and he's too Dracula. I'm like, I can't even with you. You kind of have to. It's film is problematic in a lot of ways, but Bela Lugosi is Dracula playing a magical voodoo something or other.
Yeah,
in
that
film.
makes complete sense to all of us.
Yeah, none at all. It's problematic.
I have a couple of films that I have to watch every year, and they may surprise you. I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to tell you, it's not what you're thinking. Monster Club with Vincent Price.
I love Monster Club.
Love Monster Club. Vincent Price plays a vampire, and basically he tells the story of all of these ghouls, and then he does this phenomenal rendition of the Monster Mash. Brilliant. Followed by The Old Dark House, which is another one that I really, really love. The Old Dark House. This one is cheesy and silly and stupid. You might also notice the cover art is drawn by none other than Charles Addams, which brings me to my other favorite, Murder by Death, which is also drawn by Charles Addams of the Addams Family fame. I love these three. And then I have a couple more that I will tell you that I know I'm predictable. I know that I have like one thing, so I'm not going to bring it up. Instead, I'm going to say Halloween with the Addams Family. And then, of course, I watch the Addams Family and the Addams Family Values year round. I know it takes place sometime in October at one point. The kids are saying trick or treat, sometime at Christmas, sometime throughout the year. I don't care. That's how I live my life. But Halloween with the Addams Family is specifically that one is specifically Halloween, and it is so bad because it so strays from the Addams Family lore, and it's awful. It's awful.
It's awful.
I will have one honorable mention. So, well, maybe two. The House on Haunted Hill, Vincent Price. That's also year round. It's not really Halloween. I just like to watch it. The other one is Will Vinton's. This is a Halloween special. Will Vinton's claymation comedy of horrors. This I remember when I was a kid, I first watched the Will Vinton's Christmas claymation. I loved it, and then this came out, and I was just obsessed because I was always a little dark and a little witchy. Who else has some movies?
Did you ever see Mad Monster Party? Speaking of claymation, and it
Yes.
was Phyllis Diller and Boris Karloff.
Yes.
I loved that as a kid. Loved
That
it.
was a good one.
It's a shame though. Like none of that didn't really become a tradition. I mean, first of all, it's too long because it was an actual movie, so it was like 90 minutes. But we didn't have like that claymation Halloween special as kids. And if you know about Rankin Bass, they had 30 different Christmas ones. I mean, of course, Rudolph is the classic. There's a couple of Santa Claus ones. There's the Origin of Santa. They made up crap like Nestor, the long-eared donkey, and the little drummer boy, Jack Frost. And they could never do a Halloween one that got traction. And they didn't even really try. I always felt cheated at Halloween.
You know what? I'm just going to jump in and say I think a lot of that had to do with Halloween has a link to things that are not accepted by mainstream society in many ways. I mean, if you think about the holiday, especially in the 70s when Rankin Bass was doing a lot of their stuff, you think about the Halloween specials that Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers did in 76, 75. And they were eventually banned and they were eventually attacked. And so if you think of Rankin and Bass had a definite, they were appealing to a certain sector. And if they had done Halloween stuff, they might have run foul of the community that also fought against other Halloween specials. So there's a stigma with Halloween that we're not going to get with Christmas. And so you don't wind up with the same. They're happy to take your candy, but they don't want your magic.
The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, though, which was their adaptation of an L. Frank Baum Santa Claus, is one of the most pagan things I have ever seen in my life, right? And that slipped under the radar pretty hard.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about the holiday season, this holiday season, however, is to look for videos of evangelical Pentecostals speaking in tongues in Home Depot or Lowe's. I command you, demon, in the name. I love it. That's my special. Inject that right in my vein.
That's a movie I would watch in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Right? Crazy evangelicals hating on Halloween.
I literally
put that together.
I live that in Salem every year. They come out and they're not the street preachers. They have these giant like sound systems, and tour guides are regulated by decibel, but they're not because of freedom of religion. And they sit out there and they just talk just a constant stream of consciousness at everyone all day. They tell little kids that they're going to hell for wearing a Halloween costume in Salem of all places. Finally, one year I got so fed up with it that they were set up again next to our shop, and I put on Highway to Hell and I blasted it over them. The whole street started singing along, and then there's a guy that dresses up as Satan, and he holds a sign that says "Free hugs from Satan." And he parked himself in front with his little sign, and he was giving people hugs while I was blasting Highway to Hell. It was, it was a community. We got together as a community to tell them to, beat it. So that was awesome. Fun. I have more. Yeah. I have some that are really important to me that I watch every year. But again, because I'm busy in Salem, this being my favorite time of year, and my favorite season, and Halloween being my favorite day, I don't get to enjoy it like I want to. So come November 1st, which is my surrogate favorite month, I start watching the things that I want to pay attention to all month long in October. So to start off what I call binge watching season, I have to cleanse the palate, get something in there that glues me to the TV so then I can start watching all the things that I missed. And every year I watch Haunting of Hill House since it's come out, because it's
Just
literally
watch it.
one of, like, I can't, it's the best TV series I've ever seen. I see new things in it every time I watch it. I understand things differently every time I watch it. I think it's great.
I'm going
And
to pause you because on my birthday, we're going to do the original 1963, The Haunting.
Right.
You should
I'm
read
very-
the book by Matheson too. It's fantastic.
The book is really good.
Yeah.
I had the what is it, the Shirley Jackson Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, yeah.
I did not own that ever, and I moved, and I was moving boxes back and forth, and I came in my house. This is the house I live in now. I came in my house, and on the top of the stack of boxes was Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, and it wasn't mine, and I don't know how it got there, and I don't know where it is now. It went away. But anyway, I love that show. And then there's the Blackwell Ghost series, which is a series of like mockumentary movies. I don't know if anybody's seen them. I think the first one is free on Amazon Prime. I own all of them. I actually rented, I think when I started watching them, there was 4. I rented them all in one night, and I liked them so much I called Amazon the next day and I was like, can I just like pay the difference so I can buy them, because I want to watch them so many more times? And the guy was nice enough to like refund me my monies. And he's like, you have to promise you're going to buy them right now, or else like I'll be in trouble. And I was like, I'm buying them. So now every time they announce a new one, I buy it immediately before even reading anything about it. I think they're up to like 7 or 8. And the first 2 are interesting and cool. Not my favorite ones. The story changes, same guy, but it's a different like haunting afterwards. And the story of the second haunting is like, I can't get enough of it. I had to join a Facebook. Oh my God, I can't talk about Facebook. I had to join a Facebook group. I'm just too excited. I had to join a Facebook group to figure out whether or not this was actually fake. Like, it sounds so real, or like I want it to be real. So I literally have to read strangers being like, "You're an idiot. This is fake," very clearly, to be like, okay, I guess. And then of course Practical Magic, because I love Practical Magic. I will usually find time at some point in October to watch it. That's my like hot cider movie, like feels like a warm hug. And it's definitely like, whatever little way I can find to celebrate this month without, having to work. That's how I'll do it, is Practical Magic.
Nice.
I have a bunch of others, but I'll leave it at that for now.
Who else has some movies? Look at that list.
Yeah.
I have a few more that I watch every year. I always watch Flatliners, and it's because I grew up in Chicago. And so it is a Halloween movie set in Chicago. And like, this is the time of year that I miss Chicago and the turning of the seasons. So I always watch that one. And The Crow too.
Yeah.
The Crow is a Halloween movie. So I watch that every year. And then I always hit like my Italian horror films. So I always have to watch Kill Baby Kill and Lisa and the Devil, and then I'll watch Curse of the Demon, and I'll go to like Bucket of Blood and House of Wax, and like start to just like do one after another, because this is the time of year for it. So it's great to hit all the classics.
And Vincent Price is
he is October.
I mean,
we call him Saint Vincent.
If you have not heard his rendition of Monster Mash, I highly suggest you look it up. I portrayed him many years ago. I don't have any photos of him, but I portrayed him in October. I didn't have this part, but I painted myself to look a little bit old, and I put in blue contact lenses, and I did my best at his voice. And so I actually sang live Monster Mash. And what I love about this rendition is that Vincent Price was so secure in his horror chops that he didn't do the Bela Lugosi voice when Dracula opens the lid and shakes his fist and said, whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? He used his own very dark, very raspy Vincent Price voice. Brilliant. He is Halloween.
He is Halloween.
Yeah.
He's October. I'm going to add The Last Keepers to this conversation, which is something that I don't watch, but I always recommend because people don't know this film. It's one of the most positive spins on pagan practice, with the fantasy aspects of it. But I believe it takes place in October, and they do a autumn ritual halfway through or part of the way through with the families. So that's another one, and it's not been obviously a tradition, and because I discovered it only more recently in the last 5 or 6 years. But that's a good one if you want another feel good, like Practical Magic. You want another feel good family pagan-y fun magical movie, The Last Keepers. I think that's a 2015 movie.
Yeah, we did that on the Coven, and it just came up in my memories because I took a picture of it while I was watching it, and I was like, oh my god, it's love, it's so beautiful.
It is. It's so sweet. It's such a sweet movie.
It's very cute.
I have one that I do. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Richard-Lael.
I was going to say I have one that I do watch. It is my guilty pleasure. I oftentimes will take it upon myself to actually read it live. Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree.
Aww.
And I tell you, every time that the little boy comes to the point where he's so close to being brought back to life, and every time something happens and he gets whisked away, I melt like the Wicked Witch that I am. I cry, and I just love it. Of course, you can find the version with Leonard Nimoy. If you can read the book, I always suggest read the book first. Always read the book. Always, always, always read the book. The Halloween Tree is specifically Halloween, and it is specifically, it makes me cry.
And Something Wicked This Way Comes just hit streaming too, speaking of Ray Bradbury, which is also fantastic.
Fantastic.
The moment the Halloween Tree, though, hits public domain, there will probably be a team-up film between the Killing Tree and the Halloween Tree just for Courtney Buckley.
I will fund it myself. Take all my money. I will star in it for free. You don't have to pay me. It will just be, I'm on board.
And then next it'll go to Broadway.
As it should. As it should.
The Killing Tree, the musical.
Where's my map? I can't read it.
The map.
Courtney will pay extra to sit in the splash zone while the killing.
As I do every time.
I can already stage it. I mean, the opening with the spooky ritual happening, and she conjured him into a plastic Christmas tree. Oops.
Our producer Rob just wrote, Map maker, make me a map.
Oh my god, that's perfect. Don't even.
Heather,
I will continue that.
Heather, why are we waiting for this when I've already just revealed to us all that there's unofficial Evil Dead the musical, unofficial Saw the musical? I bet they'd let us. I think they'd think it was funny if we did the unofficial Killing Tree musical.
Killing Tree the musical.
Right.
I'm in. Courtney,
thank you. Okay.
I will have a meeting at 2:00 tomorrow Eastern.
Right.
We're writing it.
Boots on the ground. Yes. Thank you.
That's a song.
Christmas tree. Figured it out. Awesome.
Yes.
That
Not
is
specifically a Halloween movie, but very appropriate for this time of year, and it's something we've done on the show before. I love Coco without shame or hesitation.
Do not bring that up to me.
It's just one of the most beautiful movies I think that Disney Pixar has ever done.
Yeah.
And there's another film that's on my list that is, again, not a Halloween movie, but it is a very much an early November movie. And I think it has a special resonance today, and that's V for Vendetta. Oh, that makes me feel fall. Remember the 5th of November, the Gunpowder Treason and Plot. Mm-hmm. That movie has had a really big impact on the greater zeitgeist with people dressing up in the anonymous Guy Fawkes masks and things. And it's something that I
tried. Handsome fellow.
Well, I mean, it's
very familiar about his visage, and I just can't put my finger on it.
Hugo Weaving's voice, though, just terrific all the way through. A weird kind of British accent by Natalie Portman, but it still works. I just really love this movie, and it's something that I watch every first week of November. I hope everybody else does too.
I love that.
I will say on Coco, I to go back on that one, just if I may. When we did cover it, I was actually flying back from visiting some friends in Ohio, and I had boarded the plane, and I was I was put way back in the back, like in the back of the plane, and I watched Coco. I'd started to watch it when I was on my cruise. They were playing it, and I couldn't quite get into it because I was on a cruise, and But then I watched it flying on the plane coming back from Ohio, and I am all dressed in black, and I am just with my black nails. I am just sobbing, right? And the plane lands. We come into New Orleans. The plane lands, and this obese redneck in overalls saunters back, and I think, well, I guess he's going to the bathroom. I mean, I don't know why he couldn't wait till we get actually into the gate or whatever. He gets back to me and he says, "Well, we landed." And I went, "Yeah, we did, clearly." And he says, "Well, I thought you was like a satanic priest in the Church of Satan or something. To be quite frank, I was afraid to fly with you, but we landed, so we're safe now, praise Jesus." And here I am crying over Coco, and it's Disney.
Oh my God.
I am crying publicly over Disney because it is that good.
Yes.
I thought you were crying because the plane landed, and that was against what you were planning to do.
Well, you know how we satanic French, ancient satanic, what are they?
French Wiccans.
Ancient French Wiccans.
That's who we are. Ancient French Wiccans. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
So I guess we have a couple of more minutes. Let's talk about, we had some costume ideas. What about you? What have you worn? What do you want to wear? Courtney Buckley, you were there. Talk about your costume.
So Rob has a video actually. Can I flip the script here for a second?
Sure. Flip it.
I just want to, I'm like dying to tell you guys my guilty pleasure movies because I just want to see all of your faces as I say them. Number one, all the Twilight movies, because like it or not, it's Hoa Hoa season, so deal with it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for Jason to turn the light off. I just recently watched Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, which was fantastic and amazing and right up there with The Killing Tree. And The Reckoning, obviously. And then a movie that we need to cover here on the podcast. It's called
The Witch from the Sea.
Hundreds of Beavers.
Not Hundreds of Beavers, but yes, that one too. It's a movie called Witch Hunter. And I actually have, there it is. My friend is the witch in this movie. And I have a video, or Rob has the video that he can play of my actual reaction watching one of the scenes from Witch Hunter.
Really great for storytelling.
Huh? What? Oh. A smoke bear! That's out of place.
A smoke bear?
So at some point during that, I scream, "He's my soulmate, bring him back." But, yeah.
That's the t-shirt, a smoke bear.
So in case you were wondering what it's like to watch movies like this with me, that's just a taste of it. I scream a lot. So there it is. Those are my, I don't feel guilty about any of these, frankly. So the word guilty pleasure is
You should feel guilty about Twilight.
no.
You should.
No.
And that's The Skin of a Killer Bell. Let's stop talking.
It's terrible. Terrible.
How about your costumes?
Oh,
Yeah.
Flip the script back.
sorry. My costume this year, we had a mad scientist day because I'm cheap and I don't want to go out and buy a new costume. I'm wearing it to school on Friday. We had mad scientist day this year, so all the kids really liked it. So I'm reliving the mad scientist. So basically, I bought a lab coat and some fake glasses, and then I washed my hair with no conditioner the night before and slept in it and wore it like that to school. And the kids thought it was the best thing in the whole world. So that
It's
was
nice. This is good.
I like it.
Better than Twilight.
Oh, that's me. That's me as Professor Trelawney.
I can tell
50 years ago. My child was Ginny. All the other little girls, all the friends were Hermione, and my child wanted to be Ginny. Of course, they look exactly the same, but so be it. And I dressed as Trelawney. That was my. I don't. Yeah.
Well done. I mean, I like the big glasses on you. They're kind of fun.
Yeah, it could be a new look all the time.
Yeah.
I got some. Both of us.
I mean, I wear them. They don't even have lenses in them, and I wear them. Did you guys? I got mine at Halloween, which is also where I. Oh no, mine do. But I got mine at Halloween. You know, where I shop for my home decor every year.
Perfect.
How about you, Miss Scarlett? What about your costumes?
I usually go to a party. A friend of mine has a castle nearby, so I usually just play like vampy castle denizen. Like, it's like that's like that far from like normal life, but I just play it up a little bit more. That's usually what I do for Halloween. But I'm, you know, like I think pretty costume friendly every day, so it's just not that much of a stretch.
Jason Mankey.
I used to have this giant Halloween party at my house when I lived in Michigan. So that was a very competitive Halloween costume environment. And I knew I was never going to win. So I went with other things. This is me at Sparty, the mascot of Michigan State University. That's the best one. It gets more embarrassing from there if Rob runs the other ones. He may not, just to save me from being humiliated and embarrassed. I was a hot dog one year. One of my absolute favorites is being a bee. I love being a bee. I don't know why. Sometimes I just go, ay, because that's the bee guy from The Simpsons. That's a good one. I've been Philip from Terrence and Philip. Put my finger, Philip. And one year I made the mistake of dressing as George W. Bush. Those were simpler times.
Oh my God. When I was a kid, I did Dead Jack from Titanic. That was one of my favorites. And also I was Spear Brittany. So I wore the schoolgirl outfit and I had said Spear Brittany and I had scissors coming out of my forehead and blood coming down. It was very with little pigtails. It was very cute.
Yeah, nice.
I played a lot of characters. I've played Dr. Frankenfurter. I played Willy Wonka. I played Freddie Mercury. That I did pretty well year round. But I will tell you a funny story. There is a Rob. Show me the picture of the one in the suit. I will show that one if you have it. The one with me wearing the black and white striped suit with a thin mustache. Do you have it? No. Yeah. No. Okay, that's fine. We'll move on. That one I was playing Gomez Adams because of course I was. There I am. I was playing Gomez Adams, of course. But there is a funny nice story about another one. So years ago, I was living in San Francisco. Now the picture is post San Francisco. I actually redid the costume, but I was living in San Francisco. Halloween was Saturday. No, Halloween was Friday. Halloween was Thursday. Payday was Friday. And this is embarrassing, but you know, we all grow. I had $6 to my name, which was not much until payday. And then I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm not going to go anywhere. So I got home and there was a $60 check waiting for me. And I went, oh, great, I can go out. Well, I actually wore this costume that's coming up with the crown, Rob. I wore this costume and won $600. So I had a total of $666 because of this costume coming up right about here.
In fairness, he's probably watching the baseball game.
Dramatic build up for nothing. Okay, so I went as the Emperor's New Clothes. And I put on a powdered wig and a cravat, and I put on a sash, and I put on little lacy underpants. When I redid it, I actually tied a bow in front, and I had what looked digitized over a member. Mm-hmm. So I went as the Emperor's New Clothes down to the club, and I checked my invisible cloak when I entered. And then I walked around all night long telling people they could, of course.
There it is.
Yes, that was the Emperor's New Clothes. And I walked around all evening long telling people they could touch my garments and tell me how beautiful that they were. And even Marie Antoinette said, why are you naked? And I said, I should have you beheaded for such insolence. And then I went back after I won and I retrieved my said invisible cloak. And I said, that rag is not the royal cloak in which I arrived in. And she went, all right. And she hands me, again, nothing. And I said, you have soiled it. I should have you beheaded. And she went, I should never mind. So yeah, that was I still do it once in a while. That's my Halloween costume. Do we have any movie quotes? I know it's kind of a weird thing, but
No.
No.
Please, of all the things that I wrote down on this list, movie quotes, I was too busy. I was too busy thinking, I have more movies. I can talk about more movies. Yeah, there's talk about more movies. I also did write my favorite Halloween candy. Yeah, see, Bambi the Reckoning. How can you not? I see. I feel no guilt whatsoever about my guilty pleasure choices. Actually,
yeah, but you know, Courtney, I'm gonna have to throw this back at you. These, oh my goodness, see, I didn't get it. That's me. Wait a minute.
That's horrible.
That's me. That's me. That's me too.
Oh, that's so great.
There's Halloween costumes.
That's my brother. That's my brother next to me while I'm a hot dog. It's pretty nice.
You're a hot dog.
So the reason I have pictures of me as a kid is because I'm just going to share this with everyone. This is going to be my first Halloween coming up here without a child in the house for 24 years. And every year for the last 24 years, I have spent time focusing on Halloween for them. Samhain is for me. Samhain is spiritual. We do tarot readings. We do the spiritual stuff. Halloween was for my kids, was for fun. We had little Halloween parties. I never really had that much time to focus on costumes. Any costumes of me are from non-Halloween, Dragon Con, karaoke parties, whatever was going on. So I couldn't find one other than the one where I'm Professor Trelawney, but most of my costumes have been little people costumes for my kids. And I've had so much fun and so much joy over the years making costumes for them. So the only picture, we went in pictures, there's my Batgirl Super Friends costume with the 80s mask.
Those were horrifying, really, weren't they? I mean,
yeah, that made I never had a plastic. Did you guys ever have the plastic ones?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they would cut you
with the mask.
Yeah. And you'd sweat and they'd cut you.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I lived in Lynn, which for anyone that knows anything about around here was not a great safe place to go trick-or-treating. I would have the best costumes. Like I was a Velociraptor one year and I had a movie quality Velociraptor mask that I would wear to play pretend around my house. But I would have like the best costume every year. And then all of a sudden I would be sick. They would tell me I was sick and I couldn't go trick-or-treating. So I like never went trick-or-treating. But this is one of my favorite memories of my childhood. I wasn't allowed to answer the door for the trick-or-treaters, but once a night on Halloween, the doorbell would ring and my family would say, that's for you. Go get it. Go answer the door. And I'd run to the door and I'd open the door and there'd be a basket filled with candy and like toys and stuff. And it would be from the Great Pumpkin. So I always felt so special because the Great Pumpkin would come to my house. So when I was older and I found out the truth about certain things, no one told me about that. So I mourned other things for like 3 full days. And then the realization dawned on me about the Great Pumpkin and that crushed me to no end. And I didn't speak to my family for because Great Pumpkin.
And that's how we ended up with the Courtney we have today.
Right, now I'm vicious. I'm a monster, and it's from that trauma. All
the hexes come from the Great Pumpkin disappointment.
Exactly. It was so upsetting. Right.
I like Tori's favorite scary movie quote. They're coming to get you, Barbara. That one is a really good one. Any other costumes? Any other things?
I did do a moment.
Did you do a moment?
I did, because our producer sent us our usual promotional materials, and it said that we were still doing all of our bits. So I was like, I'll write something stupid.
A movie Mankey moment. Movie moment.
This is more of a Halloween moment, because if you are familiar with this time of year, you know that there's a lot of nonsense that is said and done around Halloween. I'm a chronicler of holidays. This is one of my books. It's got lots of history of holidays in it. It's one of the 10 that I've written. Some of the things, though, that people say around this particular holiday just annoy me greatly. And because we aren't doing a specific movie, I'm going to make fun of some of those things that bother me. And I hope that they bother you too. Let's start with a big pet peeve. Sam Hain. It's not Sam Hain, you dingleberry. It's Samhain. Even worse is when people say there was a deity named Samhain. Seriously, I've read that in newspapers. The ancient Celts worshipped a figure named Samhain, or perhaps Sam Hain, at the end of October. I remember Sam Hain from my mythology classes in college. He often hung around with his friend Lunasa and was the consort of the goddess Beltane. He would have been friends with Mabon, but Mabon hadn't been invented yet as a name for the autumn equinox. Ugh, that nonsense just drives me crazy. A lot of you don't know this, but I spent many of my college years in a town called Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which was pretty conservative and just far enough away from Memphis and St. Louis to be a bit rural. I used to call it the armpit of America. There were churches everywhere and church groups all over my college campus. The loudest of those church groups were the Baptists at the Baptist Student Union. And one Halloween, I made the mistake of visiting a hell house, or a heck house for those who love Ned Flanders, with some people from my dorm who went to the Baptist Student Union. One of those first rooms in the hell house had a guy pretending to die from a drug overdose. If you're not familiar with the hell house, it's like something evangelical Christians do to scare you away from certain things. And in this case, for at least the first room, from drugs. And okay, and I don't want to be like completely mean. It's tragic when people die from a drug overdose. People should always use cocaine responsibly. But while this dude was frothing at the mouth, he hit play on his little boombox and out came Metallica. And I think that's because heavy metal leads to drug abuse. And suddenly all I could do was just go, whoa, Metallica. And I started banging my head along to For Whom the Bell Tolls. And there was this guy next to me. He's like, yeah, this rocks, dude. And we did that for a while. I did not make friends at this event. And then we went to the next room. And there was like a hot mom wearing some super revealing clothes trying to warn us all not to have sex, which instead, of course, made me desperately want to have sex all the more. I would have gone to Sunday school with this woman because I would have desperately wanted some private tutoring lessons. I don't know who designed that room, but I'm guessing it was a horny pastor who wanted to see Mrs. Robinson all dolled up. Anyways, so maybe the Hell House wasn't all bad, but it probably scared little kids and kept many of them away from worshiping our true Lord and Savior, of course, Black Phillip. One more thing. Big Halloween annoys me because both snack size and fun size are terms for the size of candy are lies. Snack size should be called morsel size because those are less than bite-sized pieces of candy that leave you just wanting more. Fun size implies something larger than what it actually is, but at least it's more than a bite. Because chocolate is really expensive right now, candy makers are really pushing snack size and weird candy that substitutes corn syrup for chocolate. I do not want white chocolate Kit Kats. White chocolate is gross, and it's not really chocolate anyways. Blah. Wow. Anyways, whatever you all do, I hope you have a fun Halloween and a blessed Samhain. Thanks for putting up with me.
I have to admit something. I really have to admit something really dark. I like candied corn.
So do I, Richard-Lael.
I really like it.
I'm with you, Richard-Lael.
It's so awful, and I love it.
Me too.
No.
It's my favorite Halloween treat. I love it.
So why don't you just chew on a candle? Just go chew on a candle, because that's what that is.
No.
You probably like those little gross pumpkins too.
No. I do. I do like those little gross pumpkins.
Yeah. Were you one of the only kids who liked the orange and black wrapped peanut butter candy?
Yes.
Yes.
I liked those.
Oh, those were the worst.
Gross.
So my only candy left after Thanksgiving was that stuff.
I also am a huge fan of those like grandma strawberries. You know what I'm talking about? The wrapper looks like a little strawberry.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
Whatever
grandma
those where they
strawberries.
come from, they just come from grandma's. That's what I like.
Yeah, they're right next to the Werthers.
I'm 90. It's fine. Like,
So we are at time. I guess if you have your wands handy, we should do a razor lower for Halloween. And my wand today is chopsticks because we picked out these movies and candied corns ourselves. So wands up for Halloween, trick or treat. What?
I just remembered my favorite Halloween costume ever. I totally forgot about it.
What is your favorite
I'm so
Halloween
sorry.
costume ever?
I was pregnant with Nathan and like visibly pregnant with Nathan. I dressed up as an angel and I had a sign on my desk that said the devil made me do it.
That's green.
That was good.
That was
That
Bravo,
perfect.
Courtney. Bravo.
I won like a $200 gift card. I forgot
That's
about
great.
all of that.
One's up for Halloween. One's up for all of you, our lovely viewers. There is one thing left for us to do. That is for us to cackle like witches on Halloween. And at the count of 3, 2, 1.